today I'm at the Bettex Design Studio. We're going to be talking all about the product lifestyle, sustainability, most importantly, trend forecasting. How can you keep up with trends in this fast-paced fashion world? And it's going to be in conversation with the one and only Natasha Moase, the design manager here at Bettex Fashion. Natasha!
Hello.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
So good to see you.
Oh, look at you in this amazing, creative, fashionist space. Wow.
Okay.
Tell us, what is going on? I want that. If I had a little girl, I want that. Oh my goodness, matchy. Look at these colours. Pink, I love pink. Oh my goodness, this is major. So tell us, Natasha, who are you? What do you do here at Bettex?
I am design manager here at Bettex. I've been here for 3 years. Previously, I worked at River Island. I had my own brand where I met you many years ago. Worked at Marks and Spencer's. Worked for a couple of little menswear brands along the way. Yeah, been doing it for about 16, 17 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you truly are the fashion expert, which is exactly what our students need to hear from. You know, our students need to know what it takes to be a designer in the industry and how really we get a product from a space like this onto the shop floor.
Yeah.
But the product life cycle, how does it work? So today I want to sit down with you and go through all the nitty-gritty bits, because I want to know how you make, sportswear, knitwear, loungewear. Look at it. I want that for my little boy Koa. This is major. So yeah, shall we get down to it?
Yeah, wonderful.
Natasha, tell us about Bettex. What is it that you do here? What is Bettex? Let us know.
So we are a fashion supplier.
Right.
We started 26 years ago. We started in knitwear. We are based in China, but we manufacture for the whole entire world.
Wow.
Yeah, most of the top retailers. So we started in knitwear, and then our customers loved us, what we delivered, the fashion, the product, that we were reliable, we were friendly. So they asked us to move into other product areas. So then we became outerwear, then became swimwear, etc. And it just kept growing.
And now you do all the wears.
Yeah, all the wears, literally, apart
Women's
from trainers, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So women's, men's, children's, and then knit, outer, everything.
Everything.
Fantastic.
And dogs. Clothes.
Dogs.
Clothes.
So all you dog lovers out there. So let's start then. So tell us, how do you go from initial concept to the product bit on the shop floor?
Yeah.
And typically, how long does that overall process take?
Yeah. Always start with trend. So research is key. So we use the major trend forecasting sites, so WGSN, and we use a site called Fashion Snoops, which are great.
Fashion Snoops. And do you use things like social media, street style, those kind of sources?
Yeah, so it's that is your first stop for the groundwork. But in here, we really encourage don't stop there. So then it's the journey that comes after that. So your social media, little brands that are popping up, not to just be stuck here in the UK, across the world. Our office is actually really close to Korea as well.
Oh, okay.
So we get
who are really fashion forward.
Really fashion forward. We get lots of intel from them. So then we'll check out that brand, do a deep dive. So it's really important that in that trend forecasting process, you don't just do one level. You have to go next.
Yes, so you've got to go deeper.
Yeah.
And when you are looking at trends, what is it that you're looking for? Is it sort of everything from colour to a type of stitch within the knit? Is it a certain application, print? Is it everything?
Everything.
So, or a look and feel or an aesthetic?
Yeah, so I think you always start with your mood. So
mood and vibe.
Yeah, mood and vibe, 100%. So whether you're looking at like Scandinavian, Norway, influence or whatever, you might start there. But then it's about the fabric, the shapes. Super important is all the shapes that come with that. And it needs to look new every year as well.
Yes, not that you've regurgitated something that you had the year before.
And that can take some time, because sometimes some areas like menswear doesn't move so fast. But our job as designers is to keep that moving forwards.
Do you ever look at vintage? Do you ever maybe try and source a few vintage pieces to make future decisions?
Yeah, 100%. And then that comes more in season, because we work so far ahead. Actually, that's really important. Is that so? I've done my trends in June for autumn winter.
Right.
So I will be seeing people in September to talk about autumn winter.
Yes.
So it's
what, for the year after, you mean?
Yeah, for the year after.
Yeah.
So at the moment I'm looking at autumn winter 26 to 27.
Wow.
Yeah, so really far ahead.
Yeah.
So yes, we do add the vintage, but that's more like what I say is in season. We could use like Beyond Retro and stuff. They normally have a bit of an archive.
Yeah.
But 100% we're going to Shoreditch. We're going to all those like vintage markets because like the print's amazing, the detail, the trims, the finish, like the washing, amazing. Like so good.
Yeah.
So we always do that as well.
In terms of trends then, how do you decide which is worth investing in? And like how you can see that you're going to get a return on it, as opposed to like kind of it flittering away and it being like a one-hit wonder. Like, you know, that whole like Brat summer, is that still lingering?
That does come with knowledge and experience. But wherever you go, whatever you do, you will have like a senior that will be there to guide you, or a manager. So that definitely comes with knowledge and experience. And I think if you're ever like unsure, do not stop. Like keep that evolving, keep working on it. Like it's not just like finish there. If you see more of it coming through, you keep developing into it. But for myself personally, I'm very strategic and I'm quite business minded. Not all creatives are. So I will collate all my information and then I will decide like what I'm really going for. But I do have 16 years of experience.
Yeah, of course.
So like that definitely does come with time, but use your peers, like use your seniors, use your managers, even use your customers that you work with. Then you get like, you'll get to know better about them decision making.
And who would you say is your target market? Like who's your
Bettex?
Yeah, for Bettex.
It is really vast, and that's why I love this job, because it kind of can be a 25 to 40-year-old man, or it can be like 16 to 25 young fashion. In terms of what we develop in here, we're always aiming for the Inditex group, which is like Zara, Bershka, Pull & Bear, Mango, Stradivarius, you know, like because they are fantastic at what they do for the high street. So it is high street retailers, but with always looking at high-end influence, and street style.
Yeah, well, which explains why shops like Zara are always so ahead of the curve and like always, they're so quick to sort of commercialise something that you see on the runway that's so like, wow.
Yeah, 100%.
On that note, should we have a look at what we've got behind us?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I want to talk about cross-functional collaboration. For me, again, as an ex-course director and now in my new role at LCCA, that kind of collaborating between programs and between industry and students is super important. I know that's how industry works. When I had a fashion brand, I collaborated with other brands and other clients. So how do you collaborate with other team members and team workers in terms of like buyers, merchandisers, that type of thing? Tell us how that works.
A lot of meetings. Less in this job though.
Let's be real, industry is all about meetings.
Lots of meetings, but less in this job, which is super cool for me. But in that process, it would be actually a lot of Excel, a lot of number crunching, a lot of strategy, which I think is something that maybe you don't actually get like learn at university. That is actually really key.
So the fashion business side of it, really.
Yeah, and you will be a part of that as a designer. Like, as I mentioned earlier, I'm quite business minded, so I actually quite enjoyed all of that. But what's really important for creatives, all creatives, is that you have the influence over in those meetings. So come prepared. So
and
whether
be
that's
confident.
And be confident, like you have to sell and you have to have your arguments in place, for want of a better word. It's not the best word, but it is the word. So whether that's your trends or your key shapes, if there's something that you really believe in, you think's going to be a challenge with your buyers, your merchandisers, your directors, whoever it may be, come with some extra paperwork. Put like creative, beautiful boards. Talk about the brands that are doing it. Talk about the people that are wearing it, and they'll be like, oh, okay. You have to be able to
always have like a plan B, a plan C.
100%.
So like they're coming at you, you can fight back and attack.
100. And you just show them the beautiful boards that you've made.
And they can't say no.
And they can't say no. And it's really important across the board that you influence, whether you're in a retailer, you're in a supplier like me. You know, like when I talk from a product, I talk about the key designer, the decisions made to make that, so that hopefully they want to buy that from me. Like very, very important skill to get to.
Amazing. I love it. So talk to us about that. Like, how have you got to this, you know, again, like women's wear, girls wear, this gingham sort of quite playful, girly with the collars. Again, it's that whole mixture of colour, feminine. Tell me about the trend. How did you get to this stage, and who were involved in saying yes to this?
This is this one's really, really great because you've actually got like 3 of our best designers from the office, like working in this as well.
Fantastic.
So they all went away and worked into their trends. And also what's cool about this is it's coming from India and it's coming from China as well. So we have like lots of variation within it. So the girls had their trends and they quite often come together and be like, oh, we can do a version of this, do a version of this. And we now have started to build collections.
Right.
So as opposed to like individual pieces, it's a story, it's a trend, and a collection is built.
Because that's it looks like, all the grids look like a collection.
And they work collaboratively. So you can see like we have like this one here, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like a variation of that idea onto this idea. So it's getting used like across the board, but it tells like a really good vision. And the palettes.
Yes.
It's the easiest way to pull like a story all together.
So colour is really important.
Yeah, very, very important, and getting that good balance of colour as
Do
well.
you have help by somebody on the colour part, or is that your responsibility to think about the colour?
That's us as well. So the trend, that's when the trend sites are really key, because they're very good at like those new balance and mixes that will be together. Like for autumn winter, it's this kind of like purpley red with this like softy blue that we haven't really seen before, whereas before it was like a chocolate.
Yeah,
it's like keeps changing and evolving.
But also, do you think that Pantone have a lot to do with that? Because obviously they release the colour of the year every year. Is it burgundy just now?
Yeah.
And before you know, it used to be colour. It's always different every year. But do you think fashion and interiors play a lot into the colour of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Pantone is not so key for us. It's obviously key for us, like to get the colour right.
Yes.
But not for our influence. Bettex is another one that's very, very good for the colour.
Okay.
Which is another like trend book that you can buy. That's very good for the colour inspiration. And the other way is actually trade shows.
Right.
So they are shows where it's like the fabric and the yarn first. Because that's the first place you go.
Yeah, of course.
At the beginning of the season, and there's a show called Pity.
Yes.
They have like all these like beautiful like colour reels. So that's where a lot of our colour inspo comes from with the trend sites.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So good. So Natasha, trends, as we know, trends, storytelling, concept, research, those 4 elements are super, super key in terms of fashion design. So what would kind of tip your decision over the edge within a portfolio? If you were to look at various different portfolios, what would be the winning student to become a junior designer here at Bettex?
So it's 100% having the commercial element within their portfolio.
Right, commercial element.
Yeah, I love to see that. Like, I would never say that they should not do their creative platform, because they should do that.
Yeah.
But really what I want to see in there, whether it's led by the university or by themselves, is a project maybe for a retailer that they really love, could be even high end, doing a mood board for that. Like just going, doing your own
self-initiated project.
Yeah, self-initiated project. Yes.
So say for example, they're working on one particular module that's very creative, but then what they could do is like a digital capsule collection for River Island inspired by that project.
And I want to see the mood board. I want to see the fabric or the yarn.
Yes.
I want to see the shapes. I want to see the CADs. And I want to see an example of a tech pack.
Right.
I will go through hundreds of portfolios, and if I don't see that, I won't select you.
Wow.
Seriously, because there's so many, and then if they're there and I can see them.
Yeah. Are you ever influenced by technology within your design processes? Have you ever thought about using AI to help your design decisions? Like, how does that work?
Actually, this is really new for us as a business. And last week I was actually doing it. So we now have like 3D modelling.
Right.
3D sampling.
3D sampling?
Yeah, so it's like a 3D model.
Does it move?
Yeah, it's like a mannequin.
3D model.
Yeah, it moves all around. Yeah, 3D model.
Yeah.
So this has literally just been introduced to us. It's called Threadify Visualizer. So it's what we own as a company.
Oh, okay. Is it a bit like Clo 3D?
It is,
okay.
Yes, but it's our own version of.
Right.
So this is really new for us, and I'm working on autumn winter 26, 27. So using that. So the one thing with the 3D design is you can't get as much like shape and elevation, design, detail, etc. So I started my process last week with lots of like easy commercial styles.
Yeah.
I honestly, in one day, probably did 50 styles.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
of course, yeah.
Which I've now added into my trend pack.
Yes.
So when I see my customers in September,
You can offer them
I've
this
got loads.
amount. Yeah,
and then
of
it
course.
means that here I can now spend my time doing amazing design.
So
very elevated.
these are two things I'm going to ask you. So in terms of technology then,
Yeah.
so it's amazing because it offers a new job role to
Yeah.
somebody else.
Yeah.
Because they can be that person that's proficient in digital design.
Yeah,
But
100%.
B, it means that you can then leave that a big part of that role behind to concentrate on other things. So
Absolutely.
actually it is ethical, it is sustainable,
Yeah,
and
it totally
robots
is.
and AI are not taking our jobs.
No, because we like, and this actually, I'm so glad we're here because this level of design, like
Yeah.
these details, you're not going to get there. Like, you know, this
Yes.
beautiful little pocket, like
Yeah.
they're not going to make a
Oh,
free,
it's a pocket, not a
Yeah,
bit of
it's
a
a
beacon.
little-
Oh, so nice.
it's a pocket. So they're not going
I
to
want
make
it.
3D models doing this kind of thing. And in here, we're pushed for this level, you know, like
Sure.
all these beautiful, like
I've got so
details.
many mum friends that would dress their daughters in this.
Gorgeous,
It's
right?
beautiful. And the,
Yeah.
the quality, the fabric. Look at the little strawberry buttons.
Yeah.
So talk to us about how those fast fashion brands are doing their bit for the environment.
All of the high street retailers that I work with, which are really big players, are like 50% sustainable bases.
Amazing.
Especially those ones with the big order quantities. I've worked with some of them on initiatives on like how to design out like for sustainable reasons as well. Trims down here at the front that can be cut off, 100% cotton, so it can be recycled.
Yeah.
And then how you can eliminate like that wastage and the reuse. And it's like,
Amazing.
really good.
And even I've noticed as well that now in the back of labels it'll say like, you know, wash on a lower temperature so you can get more washes out of it,
Yeah.
more wear out of it, therefore longevity
Yeah.
expands, etc.
Yeah, there's
That's
a lot
quite
to be done in
amazing.
the education as
Yeah.
well to the customer.
Yeah.
And actually, I think a lot of people do that, but we as customers don't see it.
Yeah, of
So it's
course.
really important to
Yeah.
keep an eye on that as well.
So Natasha, a lot of our students, I feel, from being an ex-course director and lecturer, that they kind of, trends isn't something that they go and look at straight away.
Okay.
They sort of forget about it. I've got to remind them all the time, whereas
Okay.
actually you're saying that it's
Yeah.
the first thing. Like,
First.
I know research and concept for sure.
Yeah.
Like they always, you know, you've got to have a concept.
Yeah.
But in terms of trends,
Yeah.
they do kind of get forgotten about.
Okay.
So the one I'm particularly interested in at the moment is menswear and how amazing, how elevated menswear seems to be. So you've got here some of your trends for menswear. Can you talk us through, you know, I'm so excited just looking at what you've got here. Like I can really understand and see today's men's fashion. Like my husband is a fashionista and I feel that you've encapsulated his wardrobe very well here. And even like seeing that trickling down into boys' wear is so sweet. So can you tell us what's happening?
Yep. So what I was talking, so always starting here with like your mood boards and then like your colour stories. So there's lots of influences that have come through into this, and a lot of like new brands that might have found like along the way. So this is like one called OAMC. I just like became completely obsessed with that for like the spring summer season. I was just like, oh my god, this is so cool. I have to keep revisiting it. And they did boys wear as well.
Yes.
So Daddy and Son, which is like super
amazing.
exciting. And then here you just got like some of your like more social media, Instagram influences. Here you've got like Dior. So this one was like made of straw, but we've made that into like knitwear as a version of, and then always creating like your mood, like where is he, like where is he going, like what is he up to? So he's on his like pretty fancy Moroccan holiday.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
or like, you know, he's
living his
South
best life there.
He really, really is. And you need to try and capture who he is. Like capturing your customer is key within your trend as well. And then whether it's knitwear or whether it's wovens, then you're going onto your fabric. So for me, being the knitwear designer, it's my yarns and my stitches. And it's about what's new in there, because we need to put that into the product. But for the joy of knitwear is that you create your own fabric.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So like it's kind of limitless for me. Like if you're doing a woven product, you have like whatever the fabric is, you just
That's
have
what
to
it
have
is,
that.
yeah.
I create my stripes, I create my pattern, I create my shapes. Like it's really open and it's super fun. And like you said, it's like so bubbling for men's and boys, and still obviously for ladies, but there's so much technique.
Fashion for women's always been major.
Yeah, always.
But menswear's always struggled, but now I feel like there's real transformation happening. And I want to get students to be doing more menswear.
Yeah, I think it's not the easiest of areas because it's very detailed. It's a lot of shape work.
And a lot of men are quite like, shall we say, conservative with their dress sense.
So you have to be very clever about like how you deliver it.
Yeah.
They're also quite sensitive.
Yes.
Like the handful is very important for them.
Yes.
But whereas ladies, you can go and get like 50,000 shapes and you can develop it. I have to be like, oh my gosh, I have to hunt to find the new thing, like the new button, the new fastening, whatever it is, I have to really hunt for it. But it's a good, really cool challenge.
Yeah, of course.
And then when you deliver it, you feel like, oh that's
smash
great.
this.
Yeah.
So you've got the extraordinary, you've got the playful paradox.
Yeah.
Can you kind of pick something out of here and show us how that's translated onto here?
Yeah, so this one is absolutely like the easiest one for our selection for today. So that would be this story.
Fabulous.
So this is the style I was talking about earlier.
Amazing.
So yeah, like literally.
Oh, yeah, fab.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Very
So on that note then, how do you work on that balance between like your sort of creative vision like this and then it being super commercial? And like, who would you ideally sell this into?
And actually, I think this is quite unique to what we're doing here, but I actually assign my designs to my customers and then I have a team that develop that for me.
So when your team are designing, do you say to them, right, you now need to design knit inspired by this mood board for River Island? So they've got a target market in mind when they're designing?
Yes.
Or do they just design and then you say, right, that's River Island, that's Next, that's Zara, that's Sainsbury's?
Yeah. So we're actually a bit different in here as well, is that all the designers in here are very much like self-led.
Okay.
Which is also fantastic.
Amazing.
Which is not always like this.
Well, that's very ethical.
Yeah, so they're very self-led. So they do the trends and then they come to us as like senior management and say, this is what I want to develop in, this is what I believe in. And then we'll be there as, you know, when I was saying about just checking in with your seniors or COOs for like, if you're unsure of anything.
Yeah.
If there's anything we're unsure of, then we'll say, we'll leave that for now.
Right.
But like, keep going.
Yes.
So actually here's a little bit different, but yes, in other places it would be that way. But here it's very different that they're self-led, they lead the trend, they lead the product, and then they sign it off with us and we say yes, no, CAD it, like we won't sample it, but like have it there ready.
So on that note, when you're looking at students' portfolios, you want to see that they've been able to kind of have that autonomy and like self-led like path of looking at different trends, sampling lots of different things. Okay, fab. Cost constraints, target audience, all those types of things are obviously things you've got to think about when you're being commercial. So tell us about creative vision versus commerciality.
This one, the inspo was the straw.
Yes,
it's now
love
cotton,
it.
So
But
it's sustainable.
super commercial,
BCI cotton. I think it's really
BCI cotton, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so all BCI cotton. Everything here is that.
Amazing.
And then this one, so you have like sourcing, which comes from trade shows as well. So this was something I picked up. This knit I picked up from a trade show.
Right.
Yeah, and then we were just
So you had
like,
a sample from a trade show?
Yeah, like a little hanger, which I can show you those a little bit later. And I was just like, that's amazing. And then for me, it was like, if I get this shape like really nice and commercial, the customers are going to be interested. Yes. But what would happen with this is that probably my more high street customers will make this in like blues or greys. Right. So then they change it. So then they can make it more commercial.
Right, so let's just rewind. So you say that you'll sell that to one of your customers and they'll make it. So this is like the first point of call. They come to you.
Yes.
So they're almost coming to the supermarket to buy that ingredient, that ingredient, that ingredient. They're going to take the ingredients and then make their own meal out of it. Yeah. So they're 100%. Taking that as an ingredient and they're going to make their own blue cocktail out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, this is quite like young and quite fashionable.
Yes. So where would that go?
So I will take this to all my customers and I will talk to them, same as I've spoken to you, so like, you know, like horizontal stripes are really key, open knit is really key, but for you, like maybe we do this in a polo and maybe we do it like with some blues and like, you know, like some pastel colours, so it's not so wild. But then I can take this to Pull and Bear and be like, here you go, like ready, you can have that.
When you say open knit is key, why is it key right now?
It's just the trend is still for like that crochet crafted look that all comes from that story.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, and it's really like breezy for summer and he's going on holiday to Ibiza, he wants to look like
my husband wears a lot of open knit crochet, but then often when it gets to autumn, you'll still wear it, but with like a t-shirt or a vest underneath, so you can get that, versatility out of it.
Yeah, and it just gives a new element. It just gives more texture and more like feeling to the design as well.
Amazing. And then can we talk about how you've got little mini versions for the daddy's son? I mean, hello, how cute, little knitwear pieces.
So we do a lot on family.
I love it.
So like daddy and son, whether that's like the Christmas pack, or we're now doing like summer as well.
Amazing.
So we've got like knitted polos that are going to be for mummy and daddy.
I was about to say, what about mummy and son?
Yeah, I love mum and son.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with mum and son, like to deliver that. So we do a lot of design around that. So this one, we had a story for menswear. And at the time, my assistant designer did a version of that trend story for boys wear, and then she developed into it.
Right.
So we were like, well, this is great because we can offer this for boys wear, but we can also offer it for men's wear, and it's beautiful, it's really premium, and we love that whole like capturing the family. You know, for us as a supplier, more orders. Perfect, amazing, and it's a good storytelling.
Yeah,
storytelling is very key actually.
Yeah, storytelling.
Really, really key.
So, Natasha, in terms of students and skill set, what is really important, would you say, within fashion design?
When I'm looking for a new student, I take on a lot of graduates, generally a new one every year. I need to see CADs.
CADs?
Yeah, Illustrator CADs.
Have you heard that? Illustrator CADs. I know you all love them.
Yeah, you better love them. That's what you do all day, every day, is use Illustrator.
Wow,
So I want to see CADs. I'd like to see examples of tech packs, 100%. And if you can use Illustrator really, really well, I'm going to take you on. Like, I don't mind how like creative your final collection's been, as long as I can see that you can translate into actual garments, then I'll be happy. Like, I'll be so happy. Ideally, I do like someone to have some experience as well. When I was at River Island, less so, but this job here is, as a graduate, you're like in a very big position already.
Yes.
Like, you're working with customers, you have your own department. River Island, you'd have a little bit more like slowly into it.
Yeah, but with this, it's like bang, straight in.
Yeah,
okay.
Which is fantastic opportunity. But the CADs, the tech packs, and ideally, you know, a brand that you really love, you've done a project for, you've done a mood board, you've done a fabric board, I can see you understand the process, then that's who I'm going to pick.
Of course, amazing. So talk to us about this then. What have we got here? An array of CADs and some samples?
Yeah, so this is just to talk about, so we went through my trends earlier, so this is my CADs that I designed for the season. So some influences like I've drawn into that, I've added in the graphic detail.
Right.
But, like, then these beautiful like panels come in, I'm just like, that's incredible.
So that's what you would get from the trade show?
That's from the trade show, 100%. And then sometimes it's from our counterparts in China, Bangladesh or India. They source and they send to me as well.
Okay.
So sometimes it's from me, sometimes from my counterparts.
Sure.
And then if I love it, I just develop into it. And then, like, these ones have been used actually for men's and boys.
Oh,
and
wicked.
I love the crossover
so
between the two.
lush.
It's really wonderful, and you can play around with replacements. And then once you become a good cadder, then you can, you know.
So do you have those as templates that you just drop the fabric in?
Yep.
That's quite easy and quite quick, isn't it?
Yeah, once you build your templates.
But do you build the templates, or can you find them? Do you like use them offline?
Yeah, do download off WGSN as well.
Okay. Because you know you said previously around like silhouette and shape.
Yes.
If you're developing that, you need to develop your own CAD shape, don't you?
I think I would advise like to do it yourself. So you can maybe get like the basic shape from WGSN, but do it yourself because everybody draws differently, and WGSN CADs can be quite messy. Yeah. So just like take it as a basis, draw around it, and build that. Don't ever leave anywhere without taking it.
Yes, that's very good advice. Yeah. Do you think that physically drawing by hand is an important skill within fashion anymore, or have those days sort of disappeared because now we're in the digital era?
So that really depends. Like, I think if you're in like ladies wear, kids wear, super fast, I think those skills are still really super key. And even when I was on the retailer side and I went on my trips, I would hand draw. So yes, that still is a key skill, because sometimes you have to work so fast that you need to just like...
It's just quicker to get a pencil out and sketch
I might literally like hand draw this shape and then put an arrow and be like this fabric, like,
Yeah.
action, get it done. And especially for ladies wear as well, with some of their high street retailers, they're actually very aspirational, and they will have like yarns and buying samples, all many things around, and they just sketch. Okay, we want to do this, we want to put this, and we want to put this. So yes, like definitely still do it, but you do need your CAD skills to get your samples perfect.
Yeah, of course, amazing. And then the last thing, can we have a look at your women's woven trend packs? Like, which one's your favourite?
Ooh, I think it's probably this one because of that amazing because of that amazing sleepwear that we've done.
Fab.
I think this would be it. Yeah.
Fabulous. So talk us through this then.
Yeah, so this one is like more of like the commercial element. So you're capturing like the soft silk, so it's more of like the key shapes across the board. And she's always getting all the like details, the elevation that you need to be able to build like the next batch within the collection. You can see the influences.
But look, what I love about this is that you've got these like subtitles: slip dress, florals, gingham, checks, conversational, unisex. That's what a lot of students don't explore. They're very much kind of like focus on one thing, and then they don't think about everything. So this is great to see that.
And this is very much the commercial element.
Yeah, the commercial element of it is so important.
100%. You take all this to your customer, and then you're offering them more.
Yeah.
You don't have to make 1,000 samples.
Okay,
of course. Then you're idea sharing, you're influencing them, like you're all working collaboratively together, and then you'll get back onto Illustrator.
Yes.
You'll design it, and then they might say, yep, I want to make that sample, or let's tweak it a little bit. Yeah, so that's how you get from that down to probably just a gingham pyjama set.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So when you've got all this, and then you've decided to make that mint green gingham set, how do you know that's the one you're going to make? Why did you not make that in pink?
Right, yeah. Again, it's the influence, like it's the trend pages, it's the key colours of the
So
season.
who said, was it you that said yes, mint green, or somebody else?
Actually, Susie, our COO.
So how many collections do you develop a year?
We do so one for autumn winter and one for spring summer.
All right, just 2 collections a year then.
But that's across like all these multiple departments.
Yeah, of course.
The kids wear, the boys wear,
the knitwear,
the men's, the outerwear, the swimwear. Right, we do it.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's actually quite huge.
And then how many items would you have per collection? Like say, like for kids outerwear.
Yeah. So kids outerwear is normally like around 20 to 30 pieces.
And that's boys and girls?
Yeah,
or 20, 30 boys, 20, 30 girls?
Yeah, boys and girls. And we do from China and we do from India because it's a different aesthetic. So we capture
What do you mean you do from both?
So like
designers?
Yeah, sorry, so we design from the UK, but we manufacture it, we make the sample in the different places because China is more like techie and like forward, India is more crafted and more like soft.
So how do you ensure that your production's ethical?
Everybody we work with, they're in the process of booking and onboarding a supplier. You have to be audited. So that very much comes from the retailer's handbook.
Right.
And they have many things that you have to check off. So they will check like the bathrooms.
Yes.
They will check the living accommodation.
The wages.
Yeah, like
the factory standards, the temperature, everything. Yeah.
The doorways, so it's all audited. And
yeah.
Until that audit happens, that retailer will not work with you. And then they come and visit very randomly to do the inspections. And it's fine because we're an ethical manufacturer, so it's no bother for us.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, but that very much comes from the retailer's handbooks of how you manufacture.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
This has been so insightful, Natasha. Honestly, I've been in fashion for years and I feel like I've forgotten things and you've reminded me and I've got excited again and I've seen knitwear, I've seen bits that I want to wear.
Wonderful.
You've just, and I'm sure the students will feel the exact same way when they watch and hear everything you've got to say. So thank you so much for your time, Natasha.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I can't wait to see the next collection that you guys produce and I can't wait to see it in the house. I might be wearing one day, you never know, next time you see me. Thanks, Natasha.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Bye.